Find the area under the graph of that function. Okay, so that would be like integrating minus a half times minus 2x e to the minus x squared dx. So that would be minus a half e to the minus x squared, 5 and 0. So that would be equal to a half e minus x squared, 0, 5. So that would be a half e power 0 is 1 minus e power minus 25. So roughly equal to a half, it looks like. I can check. I can check. Um, okay, 377. So you want to find the smallest value of n such that that is at most 0.01. So we have a situation where we have a half e to the minus x squared, n to n plus 1 is at most 0.01. Okay, so that's a half e to the power of minus n squared minus e to the power of minus n plus 1 squared. Why are you doing this to me? Equals 0.01. By the way, I can see what the answer for 378 is. Find the limit as n tends to infinity, the area under the graph. Do they mean n here and not 5? That would make more sense because I would see that's going to a half. So I'm not quite sure what they mean here. I'll have to open a ticket about that one. But anyways, back to this. Blah. E power minus n squared minus e power minus n squared minus 2n minus 1 equals 0.02. What am I going to do? Multiplied by e power n squared. No, because then that would add it there. We'll have to do some kind of clever stuff here. Let us approximate. E minus n squared is roughly equal to e minus n plus 1 squared, although actually this is actually smaller though, so this would be the no, that won't work, so that'll actually be equal to 0. So let me think. You would like this to be less than that. So what's the difference here? These are neighboring terms. So the difference is the difference in the height. If n is large, this would be roughly 0. So this would be a half e to the minus n squared, roughly equal to 0.02 if I multiply by 2. So I'll get minus n squared roughly equal to log 0.02. So I'll put the minus here and the square root. So I have a rough estimate here. So interesting. So I get n is approximately equal to 2. So we'll just try n equals 1, 2, 3, etc. because it should be near the start. So if I make a okay. Yeah, so like if I was to make a table here of n, and if I just call this like temporarily y, so when n is 0, I'll get 0.316. When n is 1, I get 0.1747. When n is 2, I get 0.009. When n is 3, I get 0.00006. 1. When n is 4, it's like at 10 to the minus 8. And when it's 5, it's like at 10 to the minus 12. So, yeah, I think 2 is the right answer for 377. 2. Yeah, okay. But I'm not sure what they mean for 378. Perhaps they meant to have here n and n plus 1. And then you do see it's tending towards 0 as well. So if they meant n and n plus 1, then the answer is 0. Whereas if they meant 0 and n, then the answer is a half. I'm not sure what they meant. The n is not mentioned in 378.